Hey everyone, welcome back to another organizing episode. If this is your first time here, we are so excited to have you here. My name is Marie Jackson. I am the owner and founder of Organize Marie, and each week we cover an organizing topic to help you, inspire you, motivate you, you name it. So this week we are talking about gift wrap carts. So this last week I did a project for, I guess you call it a utility room. It's kind of a catch-all room, and had a lot of wrapping paper, gift bags, tissue paper, ribbon, and needed to have a cart to put it all together. And through a lot of searches, there are not a whole lot of gift wrap carts out there to keep everything neatly organized. There's really only comes down to two after doing some endless searches. So today though, I'm gonna walk you through actually both of the scenarios so you can see what they both look like. They're very vastly different from a design standpoint, a price standpoint, and give you an idea and feel of if you are struggling with trying to figure out how to keep all the supplies organized. A cart really is one of the best ways to do it because you keep it all in one location, which is very important when organizing, is not having your supplies all over the place. And that's really how things end up getting lost in the shuffle. You buying duplicates and then you find it and then you're frustrated and do I return it? Do I just keep it? You know, the endless questions just keep going on and on. So I'll take you through both of them. We'll talk about the pros and the cons, and then you can decide for yourself which one best fits you and suits you for your home. So I'll make sure to link the products in the notes, and let's get right on into it. Okay, so here is the assembly of the gift wrap cart. All in all, it took about 30 minutes to do, all on my own. I was a bit nervous about it, if I was going to be able to do this on my own, if I needed additional help or not. But it really, the directions were very simple, easy to follow. So I promise you, if I can do it, you can do it as well. I did use a power drill to put it together. I know it's not recommended, but I like using it. You obviously have to be a little bit more careful with it instead of using a hand screwdriver. But I just find it tightens things better so it doesn't feel as flimsy or floppy when all said and done. And so when cart was put together, it was very sturdy. It didn't feel wobbly or anything of that nature. All right, so this is the area where the cart is going to go. And the first step to any organizing product is to empty out the area completely. So you're starting with a clean, fresh slate. Once that's done, then it's time to start configuring the space. After everything's cleared out, decluttered, sorted into piles, then you can really start putting everything back together so you can see the cart was here. And I'll talk a little bit here more in detail kind of the thought process behind everything and how it all works. All right, so a big pro for this gift wrap cart organizer is that it can fit those tall, long wrapping paper rolls, where is, if you can see the green and the purple ones there in the back, those could not fit in the wrapping paper storage bin to the left, that red one right there. So that is a very nice thing. A con to it would be for the shorter ones, if they go in there, you're not able to see them. So it's really about picking and choosing depending on the size of what you have that can go in the back there, but you don't have to worry about that if you've got those tall, long wrapping papers. Another thing that is nice about this cart is it's a great price point. So this is around $74 depending on the retailer and where you buy it from. And the one that you'll see before that is going to cost more than double that. So it's also, though, the size of it is great because it works well for this space. And the material is nice. It's melamine material, so it looks clean, it's sharp. And from there on out, I added bins in here for a specific reason, because you can take the bin out and if you need it, carry it, put it back, but it also keeps things looking nice and neat and prevents them from getting sloppy. So the bins down at the bottom for the tissue paper, if those weren't in there, they would just kind of be laying and flowing around and it just gets sloppy. And then last but not least is using those drawers and adding labels to everything. Labels keep things going back to the right places. And you may say, oh, I'll remember, or this and that, but all said and done, it keeps everything going back where you want it to go. And if you've got more than one person living in your house, this way everyone knows where to find it and to put it back in the same place. Another thing that you can do on this gift wrap cart organizer that you cannot do on the other one is you can use command strips that you can see right there on the wall and add them to this cart. That was actually my original plan, but there were so many bags that we were not able to get that all done. But you can add hooks on the side of it for gift wrap bags if you need more space for it. So that's what's really unique about it. And you can just keep everything and you have a nice visual being able to see everything and it's readily accessible. All right, so here is another angle of the cart, and so you can see it straight on how everything works. The drawers are not huge, so the items that are put in there are a bit smaller. So like the gift bags that are in there, they're small. They're very tiny that, you're almost looking like a jewelry bag type gift bag that's in there. And then ribbon that's in there. So there is a ribbon organizer off to the side there. However, the ribbon that's in this drawer it's because the hole on the ribbon holder itself isn't large enough to fit on the ribbon holder to the side. And with the two slots there, she particularly had this client a large spool of ribbon, one blue color and I think it was silver. So I put one on each and they were quite large. So it's just one on each row, and then any leftover ribbon went in that drawer there. And then below that is where the tape and scissors. I recommend keeping that tape and scissors in a cart organizer, just because when you go to use something like this, you typically need those items, and then they're already there and you know where to find them. And then down below there are the bins that we added the tissue paper, just keeping them, the colored ones together, the white together, just gives you a good visual to see how much is needed. And then if you're taking out, then all the way actually up at the top, there's the gift bags. And that bin worked well there because you could keep them vertically. It was not be able to store all those gift bags in that slot compartment there. It just wasn't wide enough. So adding that bin allowed to the flexibility to store it all there because you could keep them all vertical and then they're all nice and neat, all in one location. As previously mentioned, she already had this holiday wrapping bin that was there for wrapping paper. And essentially what I did was use that in conjunction with everything because I'm a big proponent of using what one already has before buying more products. So there was nothing wrong with this organizer and wanted to make the best use of it as possible. So keeping all of the holiday wrapping paper in that bin that could fit in there. Because as we mentioned before, there's a couple taller ones that did not fit, so they had to go in the cart. But took out any other like birthday wrapping paper, clear wrapping paper, so that when holiday time comes around, that bin is locked and ready to go. And there's really no need to use it until that time of year. So it just can stay there nice and neat and sorted, and then slapped on a label there because with the lid on it, it's hard to see all the wrapping paper that is there. So just knowing, peace of mind that's holiday. There's nothing that anyone needs to do. No one needs to touch it, but it's all neatly organized for when that time comes. All right, up next here is this Alpha gift cart wrap organizer, which the time put this together is half of what the other one would take. And we'll talk here more about the details of this particular product, but one noticeable component is that this is made of metal, where the other one was melamine. And this also comes in two different colors. So shown here is in the platinum. It's also available in white. And as previously mentioned, it is made of metal, so it is a little bit more durable, but they have the mesh drawer component, so you can kind of peek in there to see what is needed. The drawers are much larger than on the other gift cart that was previously shown, so you can keep more in there. And then you've got the wrapping paper components off to the side where you can keep a lot more in this one than you could in the previous one. Both of them have the ability to store those tall
oversized wrapping paper that don't fit into the containers. So that is one thing that's nice about both of them. And the price point on this, though, is it's going to run you around $229 for this one. So vastly more money, but also you are looking at a gift wrap cart that is bigger and allows you to store more in it. So if you have a lot of supplies, this might be the best option for you. And you can store bigger items in terms of boxes and bags that are larger. They fit very nicely here in this particular organizer. A few other things to point out are the wheels. You can add wheels to this cart organizer just like the previous one. You don't have to, but if you want to move it around, you have that option as well. And then the drawers on this one are a lot easier to take out and move versus the other one. You'd have to take out some pegs to get what you needed. These ones just slide in and out. They're very easy to get to. So as you can see, these are two vastly different gift wrap cart organizer. My suggestion is to take inventory of what you have first, then figure out your space and size constraints, and then from there, make the decision on which one is going to best fit your needs. Thank you so much for tuning into this week's episode. If you found this episode helpful, could you do us a favor and share it with a friend? This helps us get our content out to more people, and we are so appreciative when you do that. As always, you can find us on social media at Organize Marie. And until next week, go get yourself in the zone and get yourself organized.